Welcome to Swolehammer. Today's battle plan is ley lines from the Warcry 2.0 core book. At the beginning of the battle, only the center objective is activated, and whoever does not have initiative at the beginning of each battle round activates one objective of their choosing. So starting off with the Skaven warband, I went with a cool mix of Skyer and Molder, a lot of range in this list, and Packmasters to whip Rat Ogres to get that bonus attack action. Now let's look at Riley's warband.
So today it's pretty simple. The dagger and the shield are the same, 2 dryads with a revenant seeker. For my hammer, I have a Flitwing Scion, which is the leader of the Gossamet archers, and then 3 dryads.
So as you can see, daggers and shields start across from each other. Hammers come in on the corners at round 2, and the Skaven and Sylvaneth are looking each other down. We have me activating the objective because I did not get initiative, so in my corner I'm going, and Riley gets the first activation.
Yep, sending in a dryad to the middle objective, which starts active.
As the Warlock Bombardier tries to blow that dryad off the point, fails to do so by 2 damage points.
Very close. Another dryad tries to come in to assist at another point that's going to be active soon.
Rat Ogre with the Warp Fire Gun finishing off the dryad, and then using Rush to get onto the point that I activated.
Very good.
Who would have thought?
I'm going to go ahead and do a rush of my own to move in my another dryad onto the middle point.
Yep, just replacement dryad. The Stormfane moves onto the objective to support the Rat Ogre and then uses a Wind Launcher attack to go into another dryad.
Understandable.
Yeah, but only does 4 damage that time.
Fair enough. You know, these things are replaceable. We plant them, we grow them, we just get more. The other Revenant Seeker comes on in.
Absurd movement to move across the board to tie up that objective. Packmaster comes in for maybe cracking the whip later in the turn, and then Riley is the only one left with activations, going on to points as we end battle round 1.
Going into battle round 2, the score is looking like 1-1.
So I have 3 doubles, and Riley has a quad!
And a double.
So yeah, I don't have initiative again, so I activate the corner objective.
And a quad.
Riley rampages out and with the other Revenant Seeker and swoops and annihilates my Packmaster in one go.
Yep, bonus move and bonus attack. Now the turn starts.
Yeah, and then now going into my Rat Ogre. Less craze here, going in for just 2 damage on my Warp Fire Gun.
Yep.
I retort with a rush because I want to get onto the point. Rat Ogre galloping along to smack a dryad upside the head. And thankfully,
it does just that.
Does exactly that. 4-8 is pretty good when it hits on 3s.
Time to plant some more. Here another dryad comes in to try to replace that other one.
Yeah, which is, as you can see, most of this game. Quivering dryad facing down a Wind Launcher. And funnily enough, that Wind Launcher is not that scary because it only does 2 damage.
Yeah, I like to think the dryad just ducked behind the fountain there.
Yeah.
Another dryad moves on over to try to contest the kind of graveyard-looking objective.
Rat Ogre getting overwhelmed, tries to smack back with an onslaught, and manages to do 16 damage, but escapes with 4 wounds left on that Revenant Seeker. Dryad coming in again, swarming the Rat Ogre.
Yep, just really overwhelming that point. Here we see a rocket firing into the middle fountain point. Looks like a full whiskey.
Yeah, the full whiskey causes the Bombardier just to go off to an unactivated objective in shame. Dryad just smacks the Rat Ogre in the back, doing 2 damage.
Just letting him know he's there.
Yeah, pretty much. Onslaught with the Packmaster because that's all I have to do left, and just 1 damage with the whip. Pretty piddly right there. Speaking of piddly,
yeah,
we have the Flitwood Scion going into my leader, the Bombardier, and does, hey, guess what? 1 damage.
Yep. Again, just letting you know she's there. Revenant Seeker disconnects from the fight and then does a move action to get over here onto the other point.
And that's the end of battle round 2. Now going into battle round 3, the score is 3-1 in favor of the Sylvaneth. Because of the battle plan, you get a number of points per the battle round number. I had a quad, while Riley had a triple and a double. So she activates the corner objective, which she has a lot of control of. I freak out and go on a rampage with the Rat Ogre because I need to get some revenge over here. The Rat Ogre moves in, and guess what? Unlucky number 16, again to the Revenant Seekers, and 2 attack actions, which is insane.
Yep, surviving once more with the 4 health. I'm going to heal up using the triple for 5 healing.
On the previously injured Revenant Seeker.
Yep, and then getting out of dodge.
Great movement in Warcry will definitely swing the game for you.
Yep, disengage move with 10-inch move is pretty good.
Yeah, Rad Ogre's just pissed off and trying to smack stuff in the face, which he does. Gets the
Succeeds.
reaction, though, and gets hit back for 4 damage, it looks like.
Yeah.
And then kind of just a not-so-great attack on the other Dryad.
Yep, gonna respond with an onslaught over here.
Which the Revenant Seeker does a lot of damage. It's
quite a lot.
12 damage, yeah. A very good hit back, especially. Definitely a worthwhile onslaught. Warlock Bombardier tries to finish off the Revenant Seeker, which, guess what, actually does.
Yep.
And then he scurries off to the center to try to support his big old friend in the middle.
He's pleased with himself. Over here, the Flitwing Scion moves into the middle point to try to contest it, popping larval shafts, and once again doing 1 damage.
Yeah, just the leader's kind of just, there right now.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Stormfiend goes, and guess what? I had to do a double attack action to even finish off that injured Dryad. Pretty piddly right there. On one hand, the Dryad retreats and goes to the middle, and the Packmaster tries to support his buddy.
Tripping on the way in. It's about heart here,
Right. He's trying his best, but his best is not good enough as we have the most Warcry moment of the game. Triple six, and just smacks the Packmaster back on the way out.
Sends him on his way, yeah.
Ending battle round 3.
Going into the final battle round, the score is 9-4 in my favor this time.
Things are really heating up, and crazy moves have to happen. Thankfully, I got a quad and a triple.
I got 3 doubles.
And we start off by the Dryad actually kind of retreating to the empty point.
Yep, just trying to spread out, get control of all these objectives.
But the leader's not having it. I'm doing expend Warpstone Canister to do an absolute craze barrage on that Dryad. Still takes 2 attack actions, but kills the hell out of him.
Just obliterates him.
Kicks him out of the way, calls it a day.
Here we see Dryad just moving away so it can't get charged.
The Rad Ogre does a desperation shot and misses, and after that, we realize I cannot catch up, with the final score possible being 13-8. Sylvaneth are victorious today. Going into the post-game talk, this game really highlighted a lot of the classic hallmarks, both good and bad, with Warcry 2.0. You had swingy movement being dominant, swingy crits really being kind of feels bad and really backbreaking, reactions kind of being an afterthought, and shooting being really lackluster. All that being said, I do give you a lot of credit, Riley, because you did play around the range of me getting those bonus attacks. You were out of range every time you moved a Dryad, so I could not crack the whip, and that was pretty huge.
Yeah, I really tried to abuse the attack range of your Rat Ogres because that's the scariest thing on the board. If you're only getting 1 attack, I'm a little less worried about it, but if you're getting a double attack into me, I really have to plan around that.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, as you could see with the dice cam, a lot of the rolls were like, my rolls were really piss poor at times. There's like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like,
there's some rough ones in there.
Like in a triple attack, not killing a Revenant Seeker, even in that onslaughted double attack, it's like 4-8 Rat Ogres should be able to kill them, but it just...
Especially if you're able to hit on... were you hitting on 4s in that roll?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Doing 3 attack actions, it's pretty rough if you can't do 20 damage.
Yeah, and then the other just like range attacks were pretty piddly. I probably wouldn't run this Skaven list again. I like the thematicness of it, but Skaven's kind of just not where I really want to be at, even in Warcry in general.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it was funny because the Bombardier did feel very Skaven because he either blew stuff off the board or he kind of just did nothing.
Right, yeah.
Meanwhile, the Gossamet Archer just kind of did nothing the entire time. However, really was one of the MVPs of the game, though, at the end of the day, because of the movement. It didn't really matter that she couldn't really do much in terms of range punishment. She just had 10-inch move, and that was good enough for me.
Yeah, we wanted to go with a cool, the hordey, the usually hordey warband is elite, and then vice versa. The problem is that it's like the Dryads are really good chaff because there's so many models to blow through. Well, you had 3 super high mobility units in the 2 Revenant Seekers and the Gossamet Archer leaders. So just, yeah, it shows that being able to move across the board in 2 move actions is strong.
It's very strong. It gives you a lot of forgiveness when if you make misplays or you misstep somewhere and you need more pressure somewhere on the board, you can just leave a fight, go 10 inches across the board to the other objective, and you're good to go.
Yeah, literally on the other side of the board. Yeah. But
you did a good job, I wanted to say, too, of playing around the Sylvaneth reaction, because I was planning on abusing that a lot more with the Dryads. And there were a couple times I forgot, but there was a lot of times where I was going to do the reaction, but you were shooting at me, so I couldn't.
Yeah, so there are ups and downs for sure. But overall, I thought it was a fine game, and hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see more Warcry content or other stuff, leave in the comments. We have merch now. Check that out in the description below.
Yeah, and big thanks to Drawbridge Games for hosting us for the Warcry video.
Yeah, huge ups to them because they've been nothing but kind to us. And also we get to kind of like co-host a tournament, or if you're watching this in a week, the tournament would have already happened. As always, this is Rafiq
and Riley
with Swolehammer.
Stay swole.